At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
Because I think, to me, he might have been the biggest surprise early, and what he's done for this offense.
It's a couple things. One, come on, the injury to Nick Celestine made Andrew Viator the number one receiver, at least through spring and summer, because you didn't have Nick. And Price, a great quarterback, unknown quantity as a receiver. And Andrews grabbed that. I just said hello to his parents down there, and we were just hugging and just saying how proud we were of him, the way he's played, Mr. Surehands. And he's become that guy. And now Nick is getting back healthy with each week. I mean, he scored his first touchdown of the year last week. And that little look-in, which they've ran a couple times now in the course of the year, and Nick's beating people deep again. So great to have him back. A.J. Price, whether A.J.'s lining up at tight end or as a wideout, talk about sure hands. That's three guys who rarely drop a ball.
Is A.J. Price the mismatch that the Rebels are utilizing to really create basically a havoc rate from the offensive side of the ball?
I think so. I'd love to see A.J., though. A.J., it's like in spurts that they call his number. And maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's like, well, in the second half, let's give him somebody else to think about. And because we see AJ in clumps, the Notre Dame game, we didn't really see AJ until the final drive.
Correct.
And then it was awesome, 2 balls, and I'd love to see them, intermix AJ in there. And, and the way, Quinn Seymour, I think, is starting to get a lot of noticeable looks. You've got 4 really solid options. And I still think Stout, who's caught 1 ball this year, could really end up having a couple big games.
Now let's move to the running backs for the Rebels where, we had one injury that has basically set a running back out, I think, the entire majority of the season.
Clavel, yeah.
Right? Clavel, I don't know that we'll see him. We might see him again this season. Don't know. The other injury to the starter, Kason Evans, not quite as bad and not quite as affecting the offense. But the Rebels have multiple options there, too, that now, as they're starting to see more playing time and starting to get a little bit more rhythm with the offense, are becoming more and more and more effective. And
I think much with Viator, that's another case of an injury opening up a spot and the backup seizing it, Schwander.
Yep.
Because Ian had to be the guy in the spring and summer. He never played running back before until this year. And now, what he has done, he's become a viable 1B or a really solid 2A. He's the power runner out there, and he's done some really nice things. And at some point, I hear we're going to see Kason and Ian there together. Kason, kind of tweaked his hamstring a couple weeks ago at Sam Houston after he scored that 62-yard run. They thought he might be out a few weeks. He only missed 1, and he came back last week, did a pretty good job, 12 for 50 yards, or so. He's still averaging over 7 yards a carry.
Another big developing role that we have seen here this year is, the Rebels have always had a kicker. We did not necessarily expect to see for the kickers for Teurlings come out and do such a great job with Logan Boudreau, where he kicked a 51-yarder. But even that now we're going with a little bit more of a squad approach.
Yeah, and, by necessity, because of an injury, Logan kind of tweaked his hip a little bit, I'm hearing, because we didn't see him through most of the second half last week against Westgate. LaBeouf comes in, does a nice job, kicks a PAT or 2. Mm-hmm. He will get the start today. I hear Logan has been cleared, but I think if he even plays tonight, he's eligible to play, but I think LaBeouf's going to get the bulk of the kicks.
Be interesting to see how that goes and how that affects things, because
then Quinn Seymour punted last week.
Yes.
So I don't know where that falls in.
Be really interesting to see, though, for the Rebels in the kicking game, because Boudreau was almost the automatic touchback that we had a few years ago, which is certainly a defensive weapon for the Rebels.
Oh, yeah, and when Logan gets jazzed, right, after the Rebels score a touchdown, that's when Logan has that little extra oomph. And it's a 12th man. It's a great defensive player. It takes speedy guys off the map.
Certainly does. You had a conversation with Teurlings Rebels head coach Michael Corbel, and that is customary here on the Coca-Cola pregame show. What can we expect?
Oh, and it's a good one. Mikey talking about, we address the fact that they can expect blitzes the rest of the way, because I think the mantra is among opponents, as goes Alex Munoz, so goes the Rebels offense.
Be interesting to hear what Teurlings Rebels head coach Michael Corbel has to say. If you want to hear it, you're going to stick around here on the Coca-Cola pregame show for our traditional pregame interview. Teurlings head coach Michael Corbel, Scott Brazda's conversation with him when we come back right here on News Talk 96.5 KPEL and streaming on 446 Sports.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
can start a rewarding career as an emergency medical technician sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in just 12 weeks at their campus in Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Covington, Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Thibodaux. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance. Classes start soon. Learn more at becomeamedic.com.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana, let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view and gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience. Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the LaLa Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Here's your Beal and Hebert starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Teurlings Catholic.
Kenny Hebert, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
You can start a rewarding career as an emergency medical technician sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in just 12 weeks at their campuses in Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Covington, Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Thibodaux. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance. Classes start soon. Learn more at becomeamedic.com.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana, let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view and gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience. Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the Lala Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Here's your Beal and Hebert starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Teurlings Catholic.
Kenny Hebert, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
You can start a rewarding career as an emergency medical technician sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in just 12 weeks at their campuses in Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Covington, Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Thibodaux. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance. Classes start soon. Learn more at becomeamedic.com.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana, let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view and gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience. Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the Lala Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From
It's a good player that hasn't played for us really this season, but we should be good to go. You know, we feel good about our injuries. Casey's will be playing tonight. I mentioned last week that Josh Burrows is going to be out for the season, going to have surgery to replace, trying to repair an ACL. But besides Josh and Nathan, we have everybody's back. So good.
To beat the Como Spartans and go 5-0 and 2-0 in district, what do you have to do?
Stop the run. That's the number one thing I've been pushing since Saturday with these kids. The Celestine kid last week for Como, statewide player.
What's the matter? 2 on point? Coca-Cola pregame show. Teurlings Rebels taking the field, coming through the helmet. Rebels in their white pants, red jerseys trimmed in blue and white, Navy helmets trimmed in red and white. Alongside Scott Brasda, I'm Kevon Bordelon. Tyler Darbone back in the studio. Ike Brunet on the sidelines getting highlights of tonight's game for our Facebook page, Teurlings Catholic Football Radio. Rebels hosting the Spartans of Como High. And Scott, the one person we have not talked about here, which is the name that we will probably mention quite a bit for Como, is Jaden Celestine. We expect to see a lot of him this evening.
Mikey Corville definitely expects to see a lot of Celestine. So goes Celestine, so goes Como, at least so far.
He will be the bell cow, and it seems like with him playing at running back, there might actually be some good news there for the Teurlings Rebels.
Well, the Rebels, tend to play better or tend to adjust to a running back a little more quickly than they do to a running and mobile quarterback. And we've seen it with Sam Houston. We've seen it with Notre Dame. We saw it last week with Westgate. Those guys can cause all kinds of trouble, and it takes a few quarters.
Should be interesting to see how the Rebels defensively handle Celestine, because if you think back to Sam Houston, one of our concerns before that game was their starting running back had 34 carries for 289 yards the week before. Level of competition matters, but that's an obscene number. Celestine has put up some obscene numbers this year. It'd be interesting to see how the Rebels defense handles him. The next big question, and Eric did a great job of bringing this up when we had Mr. Narcisse on from the Advocate. The Rebels did a really nice job against Notre Dame of slowing the pace, working the process, and then seeing really what the Rebels needed to see, which was a short memory from their senior quarterback. Expect to see more of that tonight?
Yeah, and I think they've learned it, especially early on, staying the course. I mean, taking a page out of the Louis Cook playbook where you're unfazed. Yeah, it's a couple of touchdowns, and you've had a wake-up call, and you've allowed a lot of cold water thrown in your face, but realizing that you still have 3 quarters and 8 minutes to play. And if you stay the course, if you start eliminating mistakes, if you start playing your game, you can beat most teams out there.
Teurlings Rebels have captains at the 50 right now, getting ready for the coin toss. Scott, we've got a lot of new captains out there for the Teurlings Rebels.
Boy, and I don't. Let's see. I see Viator. I certainly see
Couvillon.
Jackson Broussard. Evan Dupre, the defensive lineman. And who's 50? Couvillon. Yeah, Branson Couvillon. So I think Dupre is their servant leader captain. And as I said, as Mike explained to me last week, they find a guy that maybe doesn't get all the pub and get a lot of playing time, but is just as valuable as anybody else out there and makes the rest of the team better.
Coin has been thrown up in the air. We're waiting on the officials' discussion with both teams as they are now going through some of the rules, trying to figure out who is going to be receiving the football here in the first quarter. We now have a call. Further discussion underway. Let's see where they move teams. And it looks like the Teurlings Rebels are having a long discussion with the head referee, which should only take a second. Do you want to defer or do you want to kick?
I've never seen coin tosses take
or
this
receive.
long.
Yeah, this one has taken quite a while.
If only we had an athletics director who could clue us in on this. Joe Hines is busy eating pizza. It's just...
Oh, you threw him under the bus on the radio. Threw him under the bus on the radio. All right, let's wait and see where the officials come out and get us set. As soon as they do, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with kickoff of tonight's game right after we are able to tell you who is going to receive the football.
Okay, we see movement.
So what we know is that the Como Spartans will move left to right across your radio, Android, iPhone application. They won the toss and have deferred. They will kick off. The Rebels will receive. Rebels will move right to left. That is south to north here in Rebel Stadium, and that is how we're going to kick off tonight's game when we come back from the Coca-Cola pregame show right here on News Talk 96.5 KPEL, and now streaming on 446 Sports.
Joe knows I love him.
Here's your Beal and Hebert starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Teurlings Catholic.
Kenny Hebert, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
National anthem is in the books. The Teurlings Rebels set to receive. They will move right to left on your radio, Android, or iPhone application. Alongside Scott Brasda, Tyler Darbone back in the studio. I'm Kavan Bordelon. We are on 96.5 KPEL, presented by State Farm, Teurlings Rebels Radio, and streaming on the video side. 446 Sports, brought to you by the Lulu Group. Visit AcadianaIsHome.com. What a national anthem, Mr. Brasda, to open things up here. So many talented students here at Teurlings Catholic High.
Each week, I'm so impressed by the student singers.
So two men will go back deep to receive the kick for the Teurlings Rebels. And Scott, we're going to see a new name back there for the first time. Will Fontenot, a sophomore, will be back deep with Viator along with EDB. And now, wait, they're going to swap sides. So the officials apparently did this wrong at the beginning of the game, because the Rebels will move left to right. That is north to south here in Rebel Stadium in the first quarter. And the Como Spartans will move right to left. Highly entertaining, Mr. Brasda, that we are already off to a boogaboo by the coin toss.
Maybe that's the boogaboo. You get it out of your system, and the rest of the game will be smooth sailing. Rebels with the chance to make a statement right from the get-go.
So check that, Scott. That is Mesh, Viator, and Fontenot back deep for the Teurlings Rebels to receive the kick. They must have seen something on tape, because this is a different formation for the Rebels to receive a kick than we've seen so far this season.
And, Mikey had a lot of nice things to say about Mesh as we were chatting in his office this morning.
So here we go. Whistle has been blown, approaching the football, foot to leather, and this will be taken in by Fontenot at his own 5 to the 10. Now he's going to throw it back to the near side. Viator to the 12, down to the 15, the 20, with some room to the 25, the 30, the 31, and they will mark him down at the 32-yard line. It's a Chick-fil-A, first down and 10 from there.
Well, that was interesting and entertaining.
The little lateral across the field, which I don't know that we expected, and I guess that the coaching staff of the Rebels had a reason to unveil that.
Well, I'm hoping the coaching staff knew they were going to do that.
Oh, I guarantee the coaching staff saw something on film that they anticipated over pursuit, is my guess.
I'm just saying, wouldn't that be fun if they just came up with this?
So on first down and 10, Celestine is split wide to the far side. Viator to the near. Evans in the pistol behind Munoz for the Rebels. Benoit is the tight end on the far side. Price the tight end to the near. Handoff. Nope, play action. Now throwing downfield, looking for Celestine and trying to get it all, and they got him at the 32, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Teurlings Rebels. It is a 68-yard touchdown strike for the Teurlings Rebels on the opening play of the game, and it is a Cafe Sydney May 6.
We told you at pregame that Nick was getting faster and faster. Mikey thought he was right at becoming Nick Celestine again. Clearly, he had 2 steps. Beautiful hands. Right on his, fingertips.
One play, one score for the Teurlings Rebels to open things up here tonight. And Scott, that will send LaBeouf out to attempt the PAT. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, plenty of leg, and it is good. Rebels, 11:41 left on the Ochsner Lafayette General Orthopedic game clock. The Guillory Chiropractic scoreboard says the Rebels have 7, Como has nothing, right here on News Talk 96.5 KPEL and streaming on 446 Sports.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
Teurlings Rebels get one play and put 7 on the board with 11:41 left here at Teurlings Rebel Stadium as they host the Como Spartans alongside Scott Brasda. I'm Kavan Bordelon. Nick Celestine with a 68-yard touchdown catch from Alex Munoz. LaBeouf is set for the ensuing kickoff. Has the whistle and now kicks this one down the sideline. It's going to bounce, stay inbounds until it goes out inside the 5. And, Scott, that is going to give Como nice field position at the 35-yard line.
It just seems more and more, the Rebels are doing that as they've looked at film and maybe seen a potentially dangerous kick returner. They haven't quite gotten that one to walk the line yet, because Logan did it a couple times.
Correct.
A couple weeks ago.
So your thoughts on the Rebels' first offensive drive, Mr. Brasta?
Wow. And yes. Or as you said, I'll allow it.
So here comes the Como Spartans offense. One wide receiver to the far side. Twins are split wide to the near. Come out in the shotgun. Taking the snaps is Jaden Celestine at quarterback. Low snap, he's going to run near side. They're going to try and run a reverse. Now it's a throwback to Celestine, and it's incomplete. It was a forward pass behind the line of scrimmage. Scott, Como trying to go with a little trickeration on the end-around throwback.
Yeah, if you guys can do it, we can do it. Didn't quite work out, but again, entertaining.
Scott, it's an interesting way to try and get the ball back in the hands of potentially your most important player on offense for Como. The good news for the Rebels is that they had snuffed it out pretty well.
You act like he's not going to get it, and then you get it back to him. For a second, I thought they might be running a reverse.
2nd down and 10, and now you have a true quarterback at the position. Hard to read a number from all the way up here.
Moving Frugier from left to right. Now he's on the right end.
Man comes in motion to the near side. Twins are to the far. Now we got a flag on the play, and Scott, I believe that is going to be a delay of game. And it is.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10 turns into 2nd and 15.
I wish Como had bolder numbers. Those small red numbers off that white jersey. We could be botching names and numbers all night. And this time it won't be our fault.
So it looks like it's Darby who is there lining up at quarterback. And it appears to be Avon Antoine at running back. Darby going to call for the football. Handoff straight ahead, and that is going to be a gain of about 2 or 3 on the carry. Nice movement forward. That we go by the rosters that we have. There is no 28 on the roster, so we're going to assume that the running back is number 21, Avon Antoine.
Kind of slowly moving a pile. Snyder, Frugier in on the stop. Rebels clogged it up, but gave up 4 or so.
That short gain sets up 3rd down and 12 for the Como Spartans at their own 33-yard line.
As we always say, you've got them in a hole. You do not want to let them out.
Darby has twin wide receivers to his left. Running back next to him is Celestine in the backfield. Now calls for the football. Fakes the handoff, under pressure, throws, and it's going to be caught, but should be shy of the 1st down. Should be shy of it by about a yard. So, Scott, looks like they're going to give it to him, but the top half of his body with the ball was to the 44 as opposed on the 45, and he had to get to the 45.
I agree. And good defensive play by the Rebels, and I thought when he came down at the 44.
Correct.
But no matter.
Fresh set of downs for the Como Spartans, their first offensive possession. Rebels lead at 7-0 already. Handoff straight ahead. Antoine's going to be hit after another short gain. Call it a gain of 3, make it 2nd and 7.
More of that pack mentality. Jackson Broussard. Also the Rebels' Jude Smith. Jude's been putting together a nice season.
Scott, it looked like Frugier was in on that as well. Check that. It was Jude Smith. I was mistaking the number. Smith has had a very nice season, really, as has the entire defensive line.
Well, we're losing so many seniors. I think we've got like 30 seniors on the team, but guys like Jude Smith and Carter Maha and his brother, you're getting more and more juniors all in the mix.
Yeah, 28 or 29 seniors, Mr. Brasta. That's going to make it really interesting. Rebels showing blitz on 2nd down. Darby going to try and keep it. He's going to get away from the first tackler, but not the second. It's a loss of 1. Rebels get the tackle for a loss, and it is Jack Smith, and I believe that was Broussard on the tackle.
It's always fun to watch Jack Snyder. After he makes a stop like that, he does that sort of Mark Gastineau yell into the air.
That is a great reference because he does have that Mark Gastineau look to him. on the celebration. So another 3rd down and long for the Como Spartans on their opening possession.
Again, don't let them out.
So it's Jaden Portals in the backfield. Celestine is lined up in the slot on the near side. Darby calls for the football. Handoff right side. He weaving his way through the Rebels defensively for the Como Spartans is Portals, and he's going to pick up just enough for the first down. Nifty run by the small running back.
He came up the middle and then just saw that slant, saw that angle off towards the tackle, and he took it.
Como Spartans keep the drive alive, and Scott, this is just a scrappy football team as the Rebels have had 3rd and long twice and can't get off the field.
Well, Rebels had great pursuit right there, but then the tackle comes from behind, and of course the momentum pushes them forward.
So it's 1st down and 10 for the Spartans. Rebels have a 7-0 lead with 8:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Spartans are driving at the Rebels' 44-yard line. Brickhouse is the quarterback, and he's going to hand off. No gain on this one. It should be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe they'll give him a gain of 1. It looks like that is going to be it. Set up 2nd down and 9.
Lucas Skidry, the junior defensive lineman, along with Jude Smith and about 2 other Rebels.
So long down and distance for Como on 2nd down is not unfamiliar on this drive. This the 3rd set of downs on the drive, and the 3rd time they have been in 2nd and more than 8 yards.
At some point, the Rebels have to make him pay.
Brickhouse, straight drop back, throws into the flat. He's got a man who makes the catch just shy of the Rebel 40, then goes out of bounds. Should set up 3rd down and about 6.
They'll mark him at the 40.
So again, the Rebels will have down and distance to their advantage defensively. The question is, can they get off the field?
Well, 3rd and distance shouldn't be a confidence builder for any opponent. And at this time, the Rebels need to shut this door.
2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Celestine now in at quarterback. Fakes the handoff. Now he's just going to run up the middle, and there he goes. He's got the 1st down. Ball will be marked at the Rebel 33-yard line.
Great job at creating some misdirection off to the left side. And as a lot of the Rebels ventured off to their right, Como's left, that created some openings. We have a Rebel down.
As always, we ask that you say a prayer for any injured player, regardless of who it is. We'll take the break here in the Summit Financial Press Box. 7:33 remaining. Rebels lead at 7-0 over the Como Spartans. This is Teurlings Rebels Radio on News Talk 96.5 KPEL and streaming on 446 Sports. Possession of the first quarter for the Como Spartans. They are driving, but they trail the Rebels 7-0. 7:33 left in the quarter. 1st down and 10 at the Rebel 33-yard line.
You said scrappy bunch, and they keep converting. That's 4 in a row.
Brinkhouse sends a man in motion to the far side. Calls for the football. Handoff and hit right at the line of scrimmage. Short gain. Again, a gain of 2 on 1st down. The 2nd time we've had 2nd down and 8 on the 2nd set of series.
This time Seth Miller coming off the right side. Makes contact.
Now Como going a little hurry up. 2 wide receivers are split wide to the near side. Portals is the running back next to Brinkhouse. Brinkhouse is just going to keep it and go a short gain. It looks like he just fell down, Scott, at the Rebel 31-yard line.
Yeah, sure did. Didn't look like he tripped. I don't know what that was a part of it. Although maybe Como's having so much success with 3rd and long, they thought if we go any further, it'll be 3rd and short, and we don't want that.
3rd and 8 for the Como Spartans at the Rebel 31-yard line. Rebels had 1 possession, 1 play. It was a 68-yard touchdown to make it 7-0. Again, Celestine now comes in at quarterback. Twins near and twins far. Celestine just going to keep it, try the left side of the offensive line, and he's going to be really close to the first down. Scott, when I tell you he is the real deal, he carries 4 Rebels with him before he finally gets hauled down after about 4 yards.
Well, it's not just a hole they're creating. They're creating misdirection on the right side and on the left side, and then the Rebels become thin up the middle.
Officially, a gain of 7 sets up 4th down and 1 at the Rebel 24-yard line. That is going to take us to a timeout. It is the humidity timeout, the hydration timeout here in southern Louisiana. 5:55 remaining in the first quarter. Rebels lead at 7-0. This is News Talk 96.5 KPEL, streaming on 446 Sports.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana, let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
First 4th down conversion attempt of the ball game. First drive of the game for the Como Spartans alongside Scott Brazda. Ike Brunet down on the sidelines getting highlights. Tyler Darbone back in the studio keeping us on the air. I'm Kevon Bordelon. Como Spartans at the Rebels 24-yard line. Rebels lead at 7-0.
Up the middle, wide, what are we going to get?
Celestine back at quarterback, and shocker, he's going to keep it more than likely. We've got a flinch, and that should be a 5-yard penalty, and it is. False start on the offense. Whole line flinched. You really can't call it on one person. That's going to take 4th down and 1 and make it 4th down and 6. That is a huge difference in this conversion attempt, Mr. Brazda.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of kicker Como has, but if they think about field goals, suddenly you're looking at 46, 47 yards.
Now it looks like you might be changing the offensive playbook as the quarterback, Brinkhouse, comes back into the ball game, and it looks like he might be the one to receive the snap instead of Celestine. Check that. Brinkhouse is going to go wide at wide receiver. Celestine will be a quarterback. Straight Wildcat look in the shotgun on 4th down and 6. Brinkhouse comes in motion near side. They try the jet sweep. Now they're just going to run Celestine, and he's not going to get there. Teurlings Rebels defense gets the stop and the turnover on downs. Rebels offense will have a Chick-fil-A 1st down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
6 Rebels in there clogging it up, and Mr. Deculus giving us the signal that it's going the other way.
So, Scott, we didn't get to see much of the Teurlings Rebels offense, but what we did see was incredibly effective on the opening possession.
It was plenty. And, great stop. I mean, the penalty certainly helps, but, 6 yards didn't seem to be scaring Como at all in that drive. They had a nice little drive working.
2 wide receivers split to the left. Rebels moving left to right. Seymour split wide to the near side. Now Viator comes in motion. High snap on the turf. Munoz tries to pick it up, and he's going to be sacked down at the 18-yard line. Big loss on the play for the Teurlings Rebels.
Those self-inflicted mistakes. Now you've got to make up, 2nd and 18?
That appears to be the down and distance, Mr. Brazda.
But also, no, you don't have to make it up all at once. Have a clean snap.
Evans will be in the shotgun next to Munoz, and I don't know what the officials are waving for down there. Seymour will be split wide to the far side. It'll be trips to the near for the Rebels. Celestine all the way to the outside. In the slot would be Viator and Price, respectively. Ball has been spotted. Officials have apparently given their permission now for us to snap the football.
Thank you.
Munoz calls for the ball. Straight drop back for the senior. Throws over the middle. It's Price, and he drops it at the 32-yard line. It's incomplete, and that's going to set up 3rd down and long.
And we don't see Price drop a ball like that, at least all year. And he had a 1st down for sure. He caught it about 2 yards shy, but he had plenty of running room.
Rebels on their 2nd offensive possession. Their first snap was fumbled resulted in a sack, and now you've got trips split wide to the near side. You'll have 2 split wide to the far. Evans will be the far wide receiver, and Munoz stands in the backfield all by himself.
I call the same play.
Play clock's approaching 10. Munoz surveys, scrambles to his left, looks downfield, looks to throw. Now he's going to try and tuck it. It's hot pursuit by the Como defense. Munoz will get a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play, but it's not enough on 3rd and 18. Here comes the punting unit for the Teurlings Rebels.
You know, he had a receiver open about the 32. Plenty of Spartans behind him. That was a weird spot. All right, so here we go. Rebels are going to punt. Is that Quinn Seymour back again with the punt? We saw Quinn punt last week against Westgate. Another nice one. The second punt of the year. That gets a good roll. Como's going to let go. They touch it. That ball could be loose. No, he picked it up. But all the way back at the 25-yard line are the Como Spartans. So certainly got a Quinn Seymour roll. And then for a second, you know, he reached out there, touched it. The Rebels got to him just a touch late. Way to rebound for the Spartans. But Como will start at their own 25-yard line. Rebel defense coming back out there as the offense really couldn't do anything. That one play, Price dropped a ball, very A.J. Price, very unlike A.J. Price. So the Rebels have to punt. And Como in their second possession, they will start at their own 24. First down for the Spartans from their own 24.
Celestine's going to call for the football. Fakes the handoff and just runs to the right side of the offensive line, where he's hit immediately by a couple of Rebels. Looks like it was Frugier was the primary on the tackle, Mr. Brasley.
Yeah, and then Seth Miller off the right side. You know, Andrew told me in our interview, he says, you know, it's never one guy. He said there are so many things, and he's really proud of explaining to me the play we don't see. So if he says if he gets a sack, a lot of people don't see what Smith is doing in the middle to create the fact that he can suddenly get that alley because Jude Smith is being double teamed.
Play clock's at 6 as Celestine is now trying to change the play down to 3. Going to have to snap the ball quickly. They do. Celestine's just going to try and run forward. He'll be hit almost immediately again on 2nd and long. It's going to be another 3rd and 9 for the Como offense.
And that's another one where the Rebels get at it real quickly. Frugier and Jackson Broussard.
So here we go. 3rd down and 9 for the Como offense. 3 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Rebels lead at 7-0.
Good job in the trenches for the most part by the Rebels.
Como Spartans, Scott, are taking their time. As long as this game is close, they'll try and eat some clock and work their system as well. Now we get a timeout from the far sidelines. 3:04 remaining in the first quarter. Rebels lead at 7-0. We'll take the timeout here on News Talk 96.5 KPEL and streaming on.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana. Let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
Down and long for the Como Spartans alongside Scott Brasda. Tyler Darbone back in the studio. I'm Kavan Bordelon. We're streaming on 446 Sports, brought to you by the Lulu Group, AcadianaIsHome.com. Rebels lead at 7-0. And again, we will see back in the quarterback, Scott, Mr. Brinkhouse for the Spartans. He's thrown a couple of passes, completed 1 or 2, had a couple of drops as well. And let's see what he can come up with here on 3rd and long. Brinkhouse calls for the football. Rebels bring the extra man. There's the pressure, passes to the outside. He was looking for Celestine. It goes incomplete at the 31-yard line, and that means the punting unit for the Como Spartans will have to come out onto the field for the first time tonight.
That was a tough throw, coming out a little high, and you had Seth Miller right there on the receiver as well.
So the Rebels will send Caden Chavis back to receive the punt. A little bit of a change since last week, Mr. Brasdo. Chavis will stand at his own 39-yard line. Rebels stand to have some relatively decent field position out of this defensive stand.
Yeah, I've been told it's Chavis's job now, at least for a while.
Snap is back. That ball is... Did it get tipped? Because it's got a funky wobble to it. It's going to hit at the 41 and bounce past the 35, past the 30, and then out of bounds at the 27-yard line. They got close to the block, Mr. Brasda, because the snap was incredibly slow.
The funky wobble. Wasn't that a dance? Late 60s?
If not, it should have been.
Yeah. One of the beach party movies. Hey, Annette, it's the funky wobble.
So it's a Chick-fil-A first down and 10 for the Rebels. In not quite the field position they had hoped, Scott. The roll gave them almost a 20-yard differential.
Well, they started the last drive at their 26. This isn't much better, 27.
Evans dots the pistol. Viator is in the slot to the near side with Celestine standing to the outside. Handoff, Evans through the middle. Evans is across the 30 to the 31, 32-yard line. Now, Scott, they're saying a fumble. And did the Rebels turn it over? It looks like they did. Como Spartans get the recovery, and the Rebels turn it over here in the first quarter with 2:39 remaining. Como starts with great field position, a 1st and 10 at the Rebel 26-yard line.
And Mikey Corville is pretty furious with his squad.
Well, Scott, you had a fantastic start with the first play, and since then the offense really has been going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's not a finely tuned machine right now, let me tell you. And your defense just did a great job, got a 3 and out. They've been on the field a lot in this quarter.
Celestine back in the Wildcat, calls for the football. He's going to come near side, fake the reverse. He'll be hit right at the line of scrimmage and dropped from there. Rebels did a nice job of keying on Celestine. He'll actually lose yardage on the play, or maybe they give him back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and long.
Jack Snyder, Lucas Skidry, Jackson Broussard. You know, guys staying with the play, not buying into a fake, staying with the play, staying in their positions.
Well, Scott, you hope that somebody has Brinkhouse on the reverse, because sooner or later Celestine is going to realize they're keying on him, hand it off on that reverse, and if everybody's on Celestine, Brinkhouse might take it to the house.
Yeah, you start to plant that seed of doubt, sure.
Ball on the near side hash, 2nd down and 10 at the Rebel 26. Celestine calls for the football. It's on the turf. Can the Rebels get there? And they do. Rebel defense gets it back at the 25-yard line. What a play for the Teurlings Rebels. Defensively is Carter Maha, who comes up with the fumble recovery.
On the hard grounder. That's what it was.
It was.
Kicked by Como, and then Maha falls right on it.
Outside of basically one play, Mr. Brasda, here in the first quarter, we have had a sloppy first 10 minutes and 11 seconds of football.
Rebels defense have settled down, have 2 really good possessions in a row. But offensively, we've been a mess. Offensively, Como's offense has been better.
Schwander now in at running back for the Teurlings Rebels. Handoff is to Schwander up the middle. Schwander over a man to the 30. Schwander to the 33. That's going to be a gain of 8 on the Chick-fil-A 1st down and 10.
Ian running hard as Ian runs. Hard to believe he's never played running back before.
Yeah, for his first year at the position, there's a lot that goes into that mentally, and he seems to be picking it up pretty well, which might be why he just gets better with every snap he takes.
Definitely a guy that gets better as the game goes on.
Celestine split wide to the far side. Near side for the Rebels, it's Stout. Handoff, that is Schwander. Schwander is going to be across the 35. He's got enough for a Chick-fil-A 1st down and moves the chains to the 36.
Really nice play call, because you had A.J. Price in motion, and he drew a couple guys off to the left side. That creates a bit of a movement and some alley on that right side and allows Ian to get just enough.
Rebels look to take the lead into the second quarter as we are under 1 minute remaining in the first. Schwander stays in at running back. He'll move to the shotgun. Again, it's Stout to the near side, split wide. Price is the tight end at the line of scrimmage. Handoff, Schwander, again, sweep to the right side, breaks one tackle, breaks another at the 40 to the 45, and Schwander has got enough for another Chick-fil-A first down and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And that's all Ian. He didn't get any help right there. He hit the line, and Como should have made that stop. But that little spin move, and then he bounces off another guy, and then he has enough room to start to get a little momentum.
33 seconds now remaining in the first quarter. Rebels lead at 7-0.
3 carries, 22 yards for Schwander.
Twins near and twins far. Schwander moves to the shotgun from the pistol. Price goes in motion far side. Little quick throw to the far side. That is going to be Viator at the 50. Viator to the 45. Viator to the 42. That's going to be another Chick-fil-A first down. With 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Rebels are on the move offensively and have found a little bit of rhythm, Mr. Brazda.
Yeah, now getting in the flow of things. A 12-yard gain.
Rebels going a little hurry up. Clock is going to start. Now 10 seconds remain in the first quarter. We'll see if we get one more play in this frame.
Come on, you get the running game working. The passing game suddenly works because you got both things.
And that is going to do it for the first quarter. Rebels take a 7-0 lead over the Spartans of Como High into the second frame. This is Teurlings Rebels Radio on 96.5 KPEL and streaming on 446 Sports. Radio on 96.5 KPEL alongside Scott Brazda. Tyler Darbone back in the studio. I'm Kavan Bordelon, streaming on 446 Sports, brought to you by the Lulu Group. Visit AcadianaIsHome.com. Chick-fil-A first and 10 at the Como 44-yard line. Munoz calls his own number. He's inside the 40. Check that. Ball was at the 42. Picks up 4 to the 38.
And again, the misdirection, just creating something, dragging a couple Spartans away. Again, you had Price in motion. I'd really like to see another shot with Price down that middle, or at least cutting across like he on that ball he dropped, because he won't do it again.
I was about to say, I'm sure he'd like to get that one back. Munoz calls for the football on second down. Handoff, Schwander up the middle. Schwander's got a crease inside the 30, inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. They'll spot him at the 13. It's a big run for Schwander and a first down and 10 inside the Hub City Ford red zone.
Showing a burst of speed, too.
Rebels going hurry up now. Play action, throw over the middle. Viator can't come up with it. The pass just a little bit behind him. The incompletion sets up second down and 10 from the 13-yard line. First quarter score from the district. Westgate 6, St. Thomas More 7.
Well, we saw the good and the bad of the Tigers last week. A young team.
Viator goes in motion to the far side on second down, now reverses, handoff. Schwander goes right side on the counter. He's inside the 10. They'll mark him down at about the 8. That's a gain of about 5 on second down. Scott, this Rebel drive and the running game being able to establish some consistency certainly seems to have given them some rhythm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and because all the facets start to work then. Schwander 5 for 57.
Munoz to throw. That is batted down. He was looking for Price. Nice play by the defensive end for Como to get his hands up and bat that ball down.
You do wonder, though, you've had so much success on the ground, and Como hasn't proven they can stop it.
We will see Logan Boudreau out to attempt the extra point. This officially will be a 25-yarder.
Yeah.
Snap, hold, kick is up. Did we get a flag on the right defensive end? We did not. But the Rebels get the field goal, make it 10-0, 10:45 remaining in the second quarter. This is Teurlings Rebels Radio on News Talk 96.5 KPEL and streaming on 446 Sports.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the Lulug Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
Teurlings Rebels get a 25-yard field goal from Logan Boudreau to take a 10-0 lead over Como. 10:45 remaining in the second quarter. Mr. Brazda, nice to see Boudreau back out there, and now he's doing kickoffs as well.
Yeah, and LaBeouf did a nice job, but I think they, as you said, they want to ease Boudreau in there. And
Boudreau puts foot to leather, and this one is absolutely going to be an automatic touchback. It hit the top of the R in the end zone.
I told you, after the Rebels score, after Boudreau kicks a field goal, that extra juice, it's almost automatic that he's going to be end zone bound.
Couple more scores from around the area. Church Point 14, Iota 3. Couple other scores. This comes from Greg Audemars. Karen Crow 21-0 over New Iberia. A few minutes left in the first quarter. Notre Dame up 14-7 over Cecilia in the second.
That's got to be a good one, too. Last night, by the way, come on, Jeanneret beat West St. Mary 56-7. Jenneret's got a nice club.
Celestine will be back at quarterback for the Como Spartans, who will start at their own 20-yard line. Celestine fakes the throw. Now he's just going to run on the quarterback draw. He will pick up positive yardage. And what started to be only a couple turns into 4, sets up 2nd down and 6. You've got to admire the strength of Celestine at running back.
But it could have been worse, and you got to credit the fact that the Rebels in the heart of that defense stayed in the heart of that defense. Didn't buy into all the other stuff, and Frugier and his buddy Jackson Broussard helping to team up on that one.
2 wide receivers are to the far side, 2nd down and 6. Rebels lead at 10-0 in the second quarter. Handoff is Portals. He'll be hit immediately and dropped for a loss. Well played for the Teurlings Rebels by Snyder and Frugier.
Now this time Snyder didn't yell to the heavens, but he did pump the fist. Between Snyder and Deculus, you get a couple of really demonstrative defensive standouts.
Loss on the play makes it 3rd down and 7 for Como. Rebel faithful coming alive as they'd love to get the ball back for the offense with 9:42 remaining here in the second quarter. Rebels up 10-0. Celestine again at quarterback. Just straight quarterback run. Right side, he's going to be hit. He'll get to the 25-yard line. And it's not going to be nearly enough. It'll be 4th down and 5 from their own 25.
I mean, come on, there's 5 Rebels. Frugier and Lucas Smith and Snyder. Deculus scooted up from the right side. And I'm missing somebody.
Rebels will send the punt return unit out onto the field. Now, the last punt, Scott, was a high, slow snap. The Rebels almost got there.
Got it, yeah.
To the point where I was worried that they might have gotten a roughing or running into call.
Yeah, that's the danger. If you're going to go that close, make sure you get the ball. Easier said than done.
Chavis back to receive for the Rebels. He's going to haul this in at his own 35. He comes to the near side, 45 rather, comes to the near side. Jukes to the 50, jukes again to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Still on his feet. Can he break a tackle to the 20? No, he'll get to the 23-yard line. A brilliant return by Caden Chavis sets up the Rebels just outside the Hub City Ford red zone with a Chick-fil-A 1st down and 10.
Devin Chavis going about 30 yards or so. What did you catch about the 45 or so?
He did catch it at the 45, correct.
5, 25, 30, 32-yard return.
That'll send the Rebel offense out onto the field. Evans will be the running back for the Rebels. It's tripped to the near side. Rebels are moving right to left. That's south to north here in Rebel Stadium. Ball on the far side hash. Munoz, hands off, Evans. Evans goes right side. No, now it's Munoz around the near side. Munoz is inside the 20. Munoz is all the way down to the 18-yard line. Gain of 10 for the senior signal caller.
Great fake and great cover-up. I mean, we were all going with Evans.
So the Rebels have made their way inside the Hub City Ford red zone. They can get a first down at the 3-yard line.
Nice play call.
Lone wide receiver near, lone wide receiver far. Near is Viator, far is Celestine. Play action. No, now he handed it off this time to Evans. Evans is dropped in the backfield back at the 15, loss of 2.
This time Como got great pursuit, great attack right up the middle. James Johnson, defensive tackle, big sophomore.
And Scott, Munoz and Evans have gotten very, very good and very slippery with the handoff or the fake handoff, because the last 2 calls from up here, the ball just has been really difficult to find.
Yeah.
2nd down and 12 for the Rebels. Twins near, twins far. Evans will now move to the shotgun instead of the pistol. Munoz looks to throw, straight quarterback draw. Going to try and cut to the outside. He's going to be inside the 10. They'll mark him down at the 8-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 7, set up 3rd down and 5.
Alex's strength just, I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. You know, he's not the biggest kid, but boy, he'll hit and he'll push piles another 3 yards or so.
Rebels lead at 10-0, 7 minutes remaining in the first half, and the Rebels are looking for more. Munoz on 3rd down. Looks to his left, throws, and it's caught in the end zone. A Cafe Sydney May 6.
Wow.
A.J. Price goes up, climbs the ladder, and comes down with the prize. The Rebels are a PAT away from leading 17-0.
And come on, those hands. I mean, right there. You know, that drop we said was an anomaly a couple series ago. That was classic AJ, what we've seen all year. 8 yards and another TD.
Rebels collect the turnover and turn it into points. Now, Scott, the Rebels are going to go for 2 as they have the advantageous look on the swing of the gate. They get the 2-point conversion on the snap and then the run by A.J. Price. Rebels make it 18-0, 6:50 remaining in the first half on the LGMC Oshner Orthopedic scoreboard and the Guillory Chiropractic scoreboard on the streaming side. This is Teurlings Rebels Radio, News Talk 96.5 KPEL, streaming on 446 Sports. Get their 2nd touchdown of the first half, take an 18-0 lead over the Spartans of Como High. Alongside Scott Brazda, I'm Kavan Bordelon. Logan Boudreau back to the kicking duties. His last kick was an automatic touchback. He's looking to do it again. Foot to leather. This one will be taken in at the 4-yard line. Heading to the far sideline, hit right at the 5. Well played by the Teurlings Rebels. And they are going to mark him down, forward progress at the 4. Well played by the Teurlings Rebels coverage unit. And Scott, again, we have not necessarily seen a breakdown in coverage yet this year.
Yeah, and that was sort of our one Achilles heel last year. No consistency on kick or punt return coverage. And Luke Hebert, number 42, among 3 Rebels right there. But Luke is the guy that got the stop, the junior defensive back.
They officially gave the returner the 6 yards.
The
6-yard line. I thought he got to the 5. I didn't think he got to the 6.
I was going to say the 3, but wow, okay. Well, you got him way back there. Stop him.
So 1st down and 10 from their own 6. Brinkhouse is going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. And Scott, they were trying to go for a hard count with some sudden movement, see if they could get the Rebels to jump off sides. Now they're going to run a real quick pitch. Is Celestine going to be caught at the 1? He got the ball out of the end zone, and the Rebels did not get the safety. Jack Smith thought he had the safety. Boy, was he close. It's a loss of 5 on 1st down and 10 from their own 6.
multiple guys. I think Seth Miller's getting official credit for that stop. But Jack Snyder was right there. Lucas Guidry was right there.
I keep calling him Jack Smith. Jack Snyder, yeah.
Well, we've got Jude Smith in the middle, too.
Correct.
So it's all in the family. Come on.
So 2nd down and 15 from their own 1. And Scott, the officials almost, on the play that Como tried to run, could have almost called a false start because of the way they ran with emphasis, trying to make it look like they were starting the play. When they weren't, they were trying to get the Rebels to jump off sides. They did not. We're going to stay here through the timeout. This is the normal 6-minute hydration timeout of each quarter here in South Louisiana, as long as we are above a certain temperature. Mr. Brazda, the Rebels so far, in spite of that little lull in the first quarter, have found some life here now in this game and a little consistency as well.
Offensively, the sequences we've seen the last 2 series have been impeccable. Classic Rebel football. And then defensively, they've really keyed in. There was that first series where, Como got 4 first downs. We haven't seen that since. So now Como's in a tough spot. You're in that traditional spot where, you're on your own 1. Do you just try to plow it through and give your punter a little room in the next 2 downs? Or do you say, shoot, we got to do something here? Do we just give up these next 2 downs? It's a tough spot because Como had the Rebels right where they wanted them. And they were kind of in the game.
There are 4 things I would do, and it starts with 4. Celestine. I'd run him right up the middle every single time.
Now, the Rebels know that.
They do. And so Celestine is not in the backfield. Brinkhouse is in the backfield. Now Celestine will dot the I in the I formation. As Brinkhouse, and they tried to get the Rebels to jump off sides again. Rebels showing pressure, handoff Celestine. He's not going to get out of the end zone. Oh, they're going to give him the 1.
No.
No, they are now saying safety. The Rebels defense comes up big and gets the safety as Como was just literally underneath the shadow of their own goalpost, and the Rebels defense plays it well, knowing exactly who they were going for, Mr. Brazda, just like you called it, and they get the safety on Celestine.
Well, you made the call. I just counter-programmed.
And the counter program worked.
Well, I had the guys.
Rebels add 2, make it 20-0 with 5:52 remaining here in the first half on the Oshner LGMC Orthopedic game clock. And on the streaming side, on the Guillory Chiropractic scoreboard.
The Teurlings moms are throwing a dance party right in front of us.
So we will again, Scott, see 3 men back deep to receive the ball for the Teurlings Rebels.
I have no idea who got credit for that safety because there was like 3 or 4 Rebels as usual.
Yeah, I think it's basically the entire defensive line. And now the Rebels will adjust because we will have Viator and Mesh back deep to receive the kick. Or check that, is that Riley Dupuy? Or Dupuy? It looks to be Dupuy, number 22, not number 23, Mesh. So the officials have a note for Como being the kicking team, I think telling them that they can punt it or that the kicker was too far back. I don't understand. Clarence now has clearance, so here we go. This ball is kicked deep. It will be taken in by Viator at his own 25 to the 35 to the 40. Tries to make a man miss, and he does not. He gets knocked on his rear end at the 46-yard line, but the Rebels will start with tremendous field position for a Chick-fil-A 1st down and 10.
Starting at your 46 is a lot better than the 26 and 27 that we've had from the last couple drives.
I was about to say, this is the Rebels' best starting field position of the night. 5:47 remaining in the first half. Rebels already lead it 20-0. First time we're seeing EDB check in at running back for the Rebels. 2 wide receivers are split wide to the far side. Viator in the slot. Celestine to the far side. Stout is split wide to the near. Munoz hands off EDB. EDB right side. EDB to the 50. That's where they'll mark him down. Gain of 4 on the 1st down carry.
EDB following his big blockers. I love that. Put his hand right behind him and followed him through for 5. EDB, and Kent Mason's told me this, they use EDB's size as an advantage because he's not as tall as Case and Ian Spencer Mesh. Well, let's flip that into a positive, and the other guys can't see you very well.
Ball spotted at midfield. Munoz calling for it on second down. Handoff EDB with room to the 45, the 40, into the 35. Where do they mark him down officially? At the 30-yard line. It's a Chick-fil-A first down and 10. Gain of 20 for the Teurlings Rebels running back.
And that's not bad. EDB 2 carries, 25 yards. You know, he comes in averaging 5.5. Everybody's averaging 5.5 except for Kaysen, who's averaging 7.2.
Quick snap to Munoz on the Chick-fil-A first down. That's caught by Price inside the 25-yard line to the 22. That's a gain of 8 on the first down.
Price with that long stride. Just caught him in stride.
Rebels continue to run tempo. Munoz to throw on second down. Now rolls to his right. Under a little duress, Munoz is going to outrun his defender. Gets a block from EDB. Munoz inside the 10, out of bounds. Inside the Hub City Ford red zone at about the 4-yard line. What a block by EDB to spring Munoz.
EDB there, and then a really nice block by Celestine back at the 4 or 5.
It's a Chick-fil-A first down and goal from the 4 off the legs of Munoz. Handoff on first down, EDB. No, Munoz keeps it. Walks into the end zone. Another cat face. Sidney May 6. A 4-yard touchdown run by the senior quarterback for the Teurlings Rebels. Makes it 27-0 with 4:17 remaining pending the PAT.
Munoz followed his fullback, EDB.
Logan Boudreau starting to get a little bit of a workout.
Well, it was ugly for a while.
Snap, hold, kick. Officials, good. Teurlings Rebels lead at 27-0. 4:17 remaining on the Oshner General LGMC Orthopedic game clock. And on the Guillory Chiropractic scoreboard, Teurlings Rebels having a heck of a night on News Talk 96.5 KPEL, streaming on 446 Sports.
Here's your Beal and Hebert starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Teurlings Catholic.
Kenny Hebert, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief, to prenatal care during pregnancy.
Rolled off 27 here in the first half, in spite of what looked to be a little bit of a lackluster offense there, middle of the first quarter, Mr. Brazda.
Lackluster no more.
And now Logan Boudreau is set for an ensuing kickoff as the Rebels have built a nice lead. This one will be into the air and taken in just shy of the 10-yard line at the 9. Return to the 10 to the 15, trying to get the edge with some room to the 20, the 25. A little bit of a foot race, but the Rebels doing a nice job of keeping discipline on the far side. And yeah, that is Logan Boudreau who comes up. Limping and comes up with the tackle. We do have a flag on the play, Mr. Brazda. See what the call is from the official and see if that brings this return back.
I just hope Logan didn't aggravate that injury that he had middle of last week.
We're waiting on getting a call from the field as the officials are still huddling at about the 22-yard line. Block in the back. Yep. Against the return team. We actually, it looks like we had 3 flags on the play. I mean, there were 3 flags dropped. Let's see where the ball will be spotted. The official one official with the ball is waving that needs to come to the Teurlings sideline because that is the Teurlings ball, which has been replaced by the ball that Como uses for offense from their sideline. Rebels now have it. Good hands with Ricky Landry. Make sure and take that in.
Ricky was a great athlete all the way around. I mean, I played sports Ricky's backyard since I was like 3 or 4. So it's like Ricky always, it was his rules, his backyard, his rules. I mean, come on. Now, Ricky and Jay Couve, those are the poster children for true rebels.
So apparently we did have multiple penalties. We had an illegal block in the back, then we had a chop block against Como. This will bring what was a nice return all the way back to the 11-yard line for the Como Spartans.
Como's had rough field position the last 2 possessions.
2 backs in the backfield stand next to Brinkhouse. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Spartans moving left to right across your radio, Android, iPhone application. Handoff. They're trying to get Celestine wide to the near side, and Celestine is going to be hit right at the 10. He got back probably to the original line of scrimmage. A lot of work for almost no gain.
Jackson Broussard and Jacob Dean just, forcing him towards that sideline, giving him a double pop. Carencro putting on a clinic with New Iberia, 29-0 Golden Bears. And Notre Dame, Notre Dame's have a tough little stretch with us and with Catholic High, which they, beat Catholic High last week, and defending state champion Cecilia. And they lead Cecilia 21-7. So Louis got one of his, he always has good clubs, but I think one of his better clubs.
Brinkhouse has 2 backs behind him. Calls for the football in the shotgun. Handoff and taken down pretty quickly is Portals on the carry. Back about to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and long for the Como Spartans at their own 11-yard line.
I'll tell you, Lucas Skidry, the junior on the defensive line, number 90, having a really good ball game. And the Rebels are just owning the trenches right now. Come on.
We have an injured Como Spartan, as we always do. We ask that you say a prayer for any injured player on the field. Remember, these young men's lives go on after the game is over. So please, if you would, send out your best prayers and thoughts to any injured player on the field. We are going to attempt to take an injury timeout. Hope that this is a minimal injury for this player. See if we can take you away and come back to the Summit Financial Press Box, where the Teurlings Rebels are leading 27-0, 3:46 remaining in the first half.
He's on his own power. Probably the wind just knocked out of him.
So the Como Spartans will have a very long 3rd and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
The Rebels should just set up shop on that line of scrimmage now. Come on.
Again, 2 backs in the backfield. One is Celestine for Como. Brinkhouse has 2 wide receivers to his right. Lone wide receiver is to his left. Has the snap. Handoff, trying to go right side, or left side rather. Immediately hit is Celestine, and he is dropped for a loss on the play. It's going to be 4th down and 11. Maybe 12 for the Como Spartans. Scott, the Rebels have sniffed out that Celestine is getting 90% of the play calls here for Como.
And it's the same guys. It's Jude Smith, it's Fruget, it's Snyder. Those 3 are just dominating.
Rebels look to potentially have their best field position of the night, with Caden Chavis set up at the Como Spartan 41-yard line to receive this punt. Snap is high, hauled in by the punter. Everybody's there and managed not to rough the punter. That ball's going to hit and bounce and take a Como bounce to the 45, the 46, the 47. Bounce back to the 46. They'll mark it at the 47, and the Rebels will start in Spartan territory with a Chick-fil-A 1st down and 10.
And a great call by Chavis not to touch it. It's a big looping ball. It looks really big. You think you can get under it, but you've got to notice with your peripheral vision that there are Spartans coming on both sides of you.
So here comes the Rebels offense with another Chick-fil-A 1st down and 10.
EDB again. EDB had a great little stretch there, right? 2 for 25 and 1 for 20.
Trips are split wide to the far side for the Rebels. Rebels moving right to left. A little pitch back. Now it's a throw. Price is going to throw this one downfield. He's looking for Seymour, who's interfered with, hauls it in and cannot come down with it. Wait, the official says he says he caught it and fumbled it. So it's a catch and a fumble for the Teurlings Rebels as Seymour hauls it in inside the 5, inside the Hub City Ford red zone, fumbles it out of bounds, and the Rebels have Chick-fil-A 1st down and goal.
Yeah, that's twice the Rebels have tried that this year. When your backup quarterback is playing tight end and throws a mean ball, maybe throws deeper than Munoz. Nice.
EDB checks in at running back. Pistol formation. First down and goal. Munoz going to keep it. Waltzes into the end zone. Another Cafe Sydney May 6. A two-play drive. 48 yards, 47 yards, Mr. Brazda, and the Teurlings Rebels have made it 33-0, pending the PAT with 2:43 remaining here in the first half.
I'm enjoying this.
And now you know why Coach Corville was so upset with that little lull in the first quarter, because he knew the team could perform and execute like this.
Yeah. I mean, he knew they could play much better. Did he know this well?
Good news for the Teurlings Rebels. Logan Boudreau back out onto the field, kicks the PAT with plenty of leg, and the Teurlings Rebels make it 34-0, Mr. Brazda. I don't know that we've seen execution in any game this year this prolific as we have seen here in this game.
It's been like 4 series in a row now, too, or 4 possessions in a row where it's just domination. And on defense, Cavani, I've made the point a couple times that line of scrimmage is just all Rebels. I mean, Jude Smith and Lucas Guidry and Frugier, Snyder, they are just owning that whole line. I mean, Como can't do anything now.
Scott's second quarter score, Westgate Tigers 12, St. Thomas More 7.
Wow.
Big score in the district. Notre Dame now 21-14 over Cecilia. Breaux Bridge falling to Northlake Christian 29-7. That's a second quarter score as well. LaBeouf now into kickoff, and he will pop this one up in the air. It will be taken in at the 19, to the 20, the 25, and then a huge hit at the 28-yard line, Mr. Brazda. That was...
No, 32.
Maha, 32. Check that. Noah Maha absolutely levels the return man.
So we had Brad Maha here during the pregame show, hanging out, grabbing a piece of pizza. And he said, wait till next year, because you've got Carter and Noah will both be starting.
Church Point 21-3 over Iota, also a second quarter score.
Tyler will like that.
Well, Tyler sent it to us.
Mr. Tyler loves his Church Point Bears.
So a nice return, though, for the Como Spartans in spite of the big hit. They'll start at their own 27-yard line. 2:39 remaining in the first half. Rebels lead at 34-0. And now, do we have any illegal substitution? No, there will be a timeout to potentially belay that illegal substitution. So, Mr. Brazda, I mean, the Rebels now, at this point, 34-0 with 2:39 remaining, and it seems like there's virtually nothing that can stop them in this game.
We are seeing just how good this team can be. I mean, when they iron out their own mistakes, when they hold on to the ball, you're just seeing an offense that can't be stopped if you take care of your own business.
Munoz looks really comfortable tonight. He's got a touchdown pass tonight. He's got a couple of rushing touchdowns tonight. Or does he have 3? I mean, it's an amazing night for Munoz. He's having a really great game.
3-yard run, 4-yard run. He's thrown to Price for a TD. I've got another page to go. Stay with me. And Munoz to Viator.
So the 2 touchdown passes, correct.
Yeah. Celestine.
Yep.
So 2 throwing, 2 running.
That's a big night for any football player, regardless of the level that you're playing at. At the 4A in this district in Louisiana, that's a monster night for Munoz.
Not even the legendary Tommy Dean could do anything like that. And he was good. So I hear. So Tommy says.
Just ask him. He'll tell you exactly how good he was.
Guess who's in the press box?
Yeah.
Now, help me out with this. Have you noticed if Como has tried to blitz and the Rebels stopped it, or have they just not tried to do it?
I have not been able to pick up if they're sending extra men. But the reality is it looks like the Rebels offensively has shored that up. Brinkhouse calls for the football, looks to throw. He wants to throw over the middle. Now he's just going to take off, run with it, and slide. The Rebels have to be careful with a little bit of a late hit at the 31-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4.
Rebels Rebels bringing in some fresh bodies, 42, 46, 48. So that would be Abear, Seth Young, and Christian Moe.
Brinkhouse directing traffic in the backfield. He's got 4 wide receivers out, 2 near, 2 far. Straight drop back. Throws out into the flat, and it's going to be incomplete. He had a man open, but threw it behind him. Not able to come up with the catch. Sets up third down, and 7 for the Como Spartans.
Alec Castile was the nearest Rebel, and he was running from the middle of the field. Once Alex saw that the running back was open, he shifted it up a couple notches.
Scott, the incomplete pass stopped the clock with 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining. If Como throws the ball here, regardless if they don't get the first down, the Rebels could call timeout and have more time to work with here in the first half.
Mikey likes to make that final statement.
Brinkhouse under heavy pressure. He's going to be hit and sacked in the backfield.
Seth Miller having a heck of a first half.
All the way back at the 21-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 16. The Rebels will call timeout, 1:48 left, and that, Scott, has been, in this game, plenty of time for the Teurlings Rebels to try and accumulate points.
If all goes according to normalcy, Rebels should get the ball around midfield.
We don't often give scores from around the state, but there is a game tonight that it had a line blocks long, 3 hours before the gates opened. This one in New Orleans, St. Aug and Edna Carr. In the third quarter, Carr 14, St. Aug 7. That is a third quarter score. They must have thrown a grand total of 3 passes so far. So Caden Chavis stands at the 50-yard line to receive the punt. Remember, the last snap was just a little bit high, Mr. Brazda. Almost tragedy for the Como Spartans. We'll see what Chavis, if he's able to do anything with this punt, can do.
Punter back at the 6 or 7. Chavis at the 50.
High snap, hauled in. Kick is up, and it's shanked. It's going to be a short punt, go out of bounds, or check that, bounce inbounds at the 36, then bounce back to the 32, and that is where the Rebels will set up shop with a Chick-fil-A 1st down and 10 at the Como 32-yard line. That's tremendous field position to start this drive.
And you wonder what's going through Como, their players, their coaches, because they had such a nice start. They have a great drive going. They get 4 or 5 first downs. They convert on 3 or 4 third downs in a row, and then you look like we can hang with these guys. And then it just the Rebels just cleaned up everything and switched it into high gear.
Chick-fil-A 1st down and 10. Ball officially spotted at the 33 of Como High. A little touch pass to Viator around the right side. A little bit of room inside the 30, inside the 25, inside the 20. Still on his feet, then out of bounds. Inside the 15-yard line. It's going to be a Chick-fil-A 1st down and goal. 1st down inside the Hub City Ford red zone. This will not be a 1st and goal. It will be spotted at the 12.
And it looked like they had a shot. Get a hand on Viator, and then he just jumped it.
Again, that elusive speed of Viator.
Wasn't anything gradual about it. He jumped two speed levels.
Handoff up the middle. That's Mesh. He's inside the 10, and on the Chick-fil-A 1st down, he's going to pick up 4.
Both Kent Mason, the running backs coach, and Mikey Corville, the head coach, tell me that Mesh has got this great vision. He runs, and he's scanning the whole field as he runs. He's really good at finding alleys.
Officially a gain of 3. Ball spotted at the 9. Rebels can get a 1st down inside the 2. Lone wide receiver to the near side is Stout. Munoz calls for the football, fakes it, fakes a man out. He's inside the 5, and he's going to be very close to the Chick-fil-A 1st down and goal. Notre Dame has extended their lead at the half, 31-14 over Cecilia.
Just when it looked like Cecilia was getting back in that.
Still in the second quarter, Westgate 12, St. Thomas More 7. 3rd down and 1, ball spotted at the 4. Price is going to take the snap and just walk his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Teurlings Rebels. It's a Cafe Sidney May 6 on the elusive quarterback turns to the sideline as if they're changing the play. Price runs up under center, takes the snap, and sneaks it into the end zone.
But it looked to me like Price, either intentionally dropped it or accidentally dropped it. Either way.
I think he fumbled the snap and picked it up.
It works.
Rebels have put 40 on the board here in the first half. Trying to make it 41. Snap, hold, kick, up. Refs, good. Teurlings Rebels, 41-0. 35 seconds remain. Now, Mr. Brazza, I'm going to get nitpicky here on that last call. Is that a play that maybe you hold on to for later in the season when you're up? Yeah, when you need that play as opposed to maybe not necessarily needing that play. Up by, what, 34-0 and it's 40-0, or about to make it 40-0?
Unless they're thinking, all right, now's the perfect time to work on something.
And that's the other side of it. It's a great time to practice something like that, so maybe you don't fumble it, because against a different team, the fumbled snap might make all the difference in the world.
Or you start having a lot of fun and you say, let's put all our fun plays.
Well, we've got the tight end pass, which we've seen here tonight. We've now got the tight end moves to quarterback sneak.
Let's just say that rain has a lot to think about for next week.
Yes, they do. Logan Boudreau set to kick off again. Puts his foot into this one, and this will go past Celestine. Bounce from the one into the end zone. It'll be an automatic touchback, meaning that the Como Spartans will start at their own 20-yard line.
All right. Number 45 for the Rebels.
Yes, he is excited about something, Scott. I didn't see.
He's a freshman linebacker. And, he ran into a blocker, and he came up and just like, well, I can't describe it really well, but the double pump towards his midsection.
Yes.
The freshman getting into the game and making something happen. That's awesome. So Como at their 20.
First down and 10, they'll go 4 wide. Brinkhouse is still the quarterback. He's got, looks to be Celestine next to him in the backfield. Play action. Brinkhouse tries to throw, and it's almost intercepted. Scott, the Teurlings Rebels, Jackson Broussard wants that one back, because if he catches it and stays on his feet, it's 6.
Jackson was probably a little bit too much in the middle, probably where he should have been. But, boy, he made a good jump on that ball, but fully extended off to his left.
Brinkhouse was looking for the quick slant, and Broussard was all over it. Second down and 10 from their own 20. Brinkhouse hands off. Hit almost immediately is that Portales on the carry. Let's see if we can get a number. Nope. That appears to be Torin Leday. Sophomore wide receiver who's playing at running back here, sets up third down and long after a gain of 2. We may not see another play here in the first half with 10 seconds remaining on the game clock. And it appears that that is what Como is happy to do. Como will take this to the half. Rebels lead at 41-0 over the Como Spartans. We'll come back with the halftime show. Teurlings Rebels lead 41-0. We're on radio side, 96.5 KPEL. On the streaming side, streaming on 446 Sports, this is Teurlings Rebels Radio.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
Olivia Alvarez, daughter of April Alvarez and Amanda Talley. Addison Dupuy, daughter of Jake and Lacey Dupuy. Sophie Mouton, daughter of Corey Mouton and Brandy Dowers. And Emma Salazar, daughter of Jeremy and Annie Salazar. And now the senior members of the Rebel Review. Camille Castro, daughter of Chris and Leslie Castro. Emma Fontenot, daughter of Brandon and Courtney Fontenot. Julia Hebert, daughter of Jude and Cameron Hebert. Callie Kartzimus, daughter of William Kartzimus and Denise Kartzimus. And Ainsley Reshaw, daughter of Corey and Cassidy Reshaw. And now your senior members of the boys cross-country team. Lil Anderson, son of Lewis and Rhonda Anderson. Evan Barron, son of Andy and Chastity Barron. Ryan DeValcourt, son of Todd and Ellen DeValcourt. Eli Domain, son of Stephen and Dottie Domain. Parker Elridge, son of Cody and Jean Cooley and Josh and Heather Elridge. And Jacob Monique, son of Shane and Christine Monique. Girls cross country, Faith Ogden, daughter of Joseph and April Ogden. Senior members of the swim team, Lucas LeBlanc, son of Blair and Allison LeBlanc. Abigail Lewis, daughter of Christian and Paulette Lewis. And Ethan Phipps, son of Adam Phipps and Kimberly Guidry, and the late Crystal Acosta Phipps.
Come see. I'm gonna make this. Did it rain up here?
The water, like over on that side, is like very rusted, so it just kind of like emptied it out. Interesting.
Said a lot of times it is, so thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, just letting y'all know.
No, thank you.
I don't mean to be rude.
You are not being rude. I appreciate it. Please don't. We don't know who it is. Yeah, so.
And how about a round of applause for the seniors of 2026?
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post.
The team competes at the National Dance Team Championship in Orlando, Florida, where last year they placed second in game day, second in jazz, and are the current national champions of hip-hop. Now, without further ado, the nationally ranked Rebel Review.
At Therapy Center, our priority is our patient's ability to live life to its fullest. Our teams of physical, occupational, and speech therapists are there for both short stay and long-term skilled nursing care. We provide quality and compassionate care to maximize independence at skilled nursing facilities. Therapy Center has 8 outpatient clinics providing recovery from injury, back and neck discomfort, and addressing your pre- and post-surgical needs. Therapy Center is cheering on the Teurlings Catholic Rebels every step of the way.
At the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office, we believe building a strong organization starts with preparation, leverages teamwork, and harnesses the character of each individual. While using cutting-edge technology and state-of-the-art equipment, our brave deputies are dedicated to keeping you and your loved ones safe. We're more than law enforcement. We're a team working together in service of our community. The Teurlings Rebels know a lot about service, teamwork, and winning. When you're ready to join our championship team, come by or give us a call.
Chiropractic. We offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
You can start a rewarding career as an emergency medical technician sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in just 12 weeks at their campuses in Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Covington, Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Thibodaux. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance. Classes start soon. Learn more at becomeamedic.com.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana, let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view and gear up in our pro shop, ready to elevate your golfing experience. Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the Lala Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
Here's your Beal and Hebert starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Teurlings Catholic.
Kenny Hebert, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
exactly what the Teurlings Rebels not just have needed, but I'm not going to say have lacked, because they have always had good chemistry on teams, but it seems to be almost at another level this year.
Look, Yvonne, Frugier told me this morning, when we did the interview for the pregame show, Andrew said the fact that maybe we don't have that one guy who's 6'5", 260 with 0% body fat, but we have a bunch of guys.
We had that guy before? I don't know that any school has that guy.
But the fact that we don't have that one guy means we have to do things as a group. You'll have individual plays, and you'll have Snyder sacking like he did the Westgate quarterback last week, and had the big, pump of the fist and shout to the heavens. But for the most part, it's 2 or 3 guys closing somebody in on the sideline and triple teaming him and bringing him down. It's multiple folks. It's Seth Miller and Guidry and Jude Smith and all these guys that are just doing things as a pack of 3 or a pack of 5, a pack of 7.
If you remember, the Rebels received the ball to open up the game, and that means that they will be kicking off here in the third quarter. They did turn that first play from scrimmage from their own 32 into a 68-yard touchdown pass from Munoz to Celestine, his first lightning strike of the season.
What are the rules about running times? I mean, I haven't heard anything that we're doing a running time kind of deal, but do you know? Are you familiar with?
I thought it was 42. It is 42-point differential, and you automatically go to running time. So the Rebels need to get one more score in some way, shape, or form without Como scoring in order for us to go to running time. Ball is popped into the air by LaBeouf. That ball bounces at the 22. It's on the turf. Do the Rebels get it? I don't know that they came up with it, but it bounced on the turf, and now we get a late flag. A very late flag. Oh, Scott, the Rebels came up with the ball. A Rebel came up with that ball. It was not Alex Munoz. We do have 2 13s. That was Aaron Richard, sophomore defensive back.
That flag came from a long way. That was a nice little throw by the official. It was a 20-yard toss.
And yeah, Scott, look, every Rebel coach is pointing Rebel football. Coach Corville is telling him, calm down, as he has his hands on his hips, and he wants to get that call from the official, as the Rebels are saying that that's their football. That is a ball in no man's land. There is no illegal touching there. There is nothing there that should allow this football, from what we can see, to go to the Como Spartans.
Landed in no man's land, bounced twice, and now
it is a Rebel football. The head official finally makes the signal to the appreciation of Eric Narcisse, who is frustrated that it's taking him this long to figure out who should have the football in the first place.
And look, Eric Narcisse, you don't want to see Eric Narcisse mad.
Personal foul against the Teurlings Rebels. Personal foul. Oh, well, were there 2 personal fouls? Was there a personal foul and a half of a personal foul, the way that signal was made? Don't know. Back the ball up 15 yards, but at the end of the discussion, the Rebels get a Chick-fil-A first down and 10 from the 39-yard line of the Como Spartans as they steal a possession here to open up the third quarter.
So the regular crew, Munoz, Evans behind him, Stout to our left.
Evans is the running back as Munoz calls for the football. Quick pass to the near side. That's Stout who makes the catch at the 30, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of, they'll give him 10. It's a Chick-fil-A first down at the 29-yard line.
See, and Como's been burned a couple times, so you're giving him a little cushion. So, Stout went 6, 7, 8 yards.
2 wide receivers to the far side. That is Viator in the slot. Evans, again, is the running back behind Munoz. Handoff, Evans. Crease inside the 25, rolls over a man to the 22, and that's going to be a solid gain of 7 on the Chick-fil-A first down. Maybe they'll give him 8.
Well, Kaysen could have cut to the right and kept going, but I think he just wanted to hit somebody.
And that'll send Schwander in at running back. He will now move to the shotgun position to the right of his senior quarterback. Little pitch to the right side. He's trying to get outside. He's not going to get past the edge defender. He'll be taken down right at the 21-yard line. That's where they should give him. But, Scott, it looks like they're only giving him the 22. No gain.
Oh, well, I thought he got like within a yard of the first down, but no, you're right.
Wow. Interesting spot from the far side because, I mean, when they blew the play dead, he was at the 21-yard line. That means it'll be 3rd down and a long 3. Viator goes in motion, far side. Handoff straight ahead, Schwander. He's going to be inside the 20. He's inside the 18, and that's good for a Chick-fil-A. 1st down and 10 at the 17-yard line inside the Hub City Ford red zone.
And now EDB.
Scott, it looks like the Rebels are attempting to make this essentially a running clock without it being a running clock as they just keep running the football here since they gained possession. If they get the score, now all of a sudden you go to a running clock. Officially. EDB moves to the left of Alex Munoz. Munoz throws far side, little button hook at the 10. The reception is made. Oh my goodness, Scott. They're bringing Stout back to the 12. Caught it and was hit immediately and knocked back, and I didn't think he retreated to the 12.
I thought he got to the 10.
And then was hit back to the 12. Regardless, 2nd down and call it 4 after a gain of 6 on the Chick-fil-A 1st down. Munoz just drops the football, now moves to his right after picking it up. Now he's going to run up the middle, breaks a tackle inside the 5, waltzes into the end zone at Cafe Sidney May 6. Easy like Sunday morning brunch at Cafe Sidney May.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Lionel Richie. Was he with the Commodores when that one came out?
I believe he was.
And, you know, you drop it a couple times, just like we drew it up. You go back, you drop it, you fumble it, pretend to fumble it again.
That'll send LaBeouf out to kick the extra point. And see, I don't remember Lionel Richie. I remember Tommy Davidson. Snap, hold, kick, up, good. We'll revisit Tommy Davidson just like we'll revisit 48-0. Your Teurlings Rebels, 9:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter here at Rebel Stadium. Teurlings Rebels Radio on News Talk 96.5 KPEL, streaming on 446 Sports.
Here's your Beal and Abear starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Teurlings Catholic.
Kenny Abear, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Abear, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
Nothing. Rebels lead it. 3rd quarter, 9:35 remaining on the Ochsner Lafayette General Orthopedic game clock, or on the streaming side for the Teurlings Rebels. It is the Guillory Chiropractic scoreboard as LaBeouf puts his foot into this one, taken in at the 16, all the way up to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 31, before the Rebels finally make the tackle is Zavar Edwards, the junior defensive back on the return.
And Kipton Mouton, who we saw do the double pump, he gets that stop right there. Nice job on special teams, Mr. Mouton.
And we are officially at a running clock now with the Rebels up 48-0 as the clock just continues to roll through the change of possession.
Rebels with some different bodies out there. We'll do our best if we can. Granger is in a DB, number 24.
Brinkhouse now moves back to the quarterback position. Hands off Celestine. A little throwback to Brinkhouse. He's hit immediately and dropped. Loss on the play. Teurlings Rebels defense sniffs it out well. I believe that was number 8, Scott, which is...
Weibel.
Yes.
You know, Aiden had been hurt. Just came back a couple weeks ago. But part of the regular rotation. Played a bit last year. And getting him some more reps.
Spartans now subbing in a couple players here or there. They'll have 2 wide receivers split out to the near side of the field. 2 are split out wide to the far. Bringhouse hands it off. Nope, keeps it over the left side. He's got room to the 35, 40, 45, 50. It's a foot race. He's tackled at the 45 to the 43-yard line. Nice run by Brinkhouse. We have an injured Teurlings Rebel on the field. Scott, that's a non-contact injury. And that is not something that you necessarily want to see, but he gets up.
Number 38.
Yeah, number 38 for the Rebels.
Carson LeBlanc.
Interesting-looking injury, and now we have an injury timeout because he laid on the field. The officials blew the whistles dead, after he jumped up and is now making his way off the field. We'll stay here as we only have a couple timeouts left.
Look, let's give some props to Granger, number 24, because he tracked him down. He tracked Brinkhouse down from the Rebel side of the field, our side of the field. Brinkhouse went right up the middle, so the speed of that young man to catch him.
First down and 10 inside of Rebels territory at the Rebels 42-yard line for Como. Brinkhouse now stands by as lonesome in the backfield. Straight drop back, looks to his right, throws downfield. He's got a man open, and it's caught at the Rebel 20-yard line, taken down at the 18. And that again, Mr. Brazda, for the Como Spartans is Zyvar Edwards on the reception.
And now the Rebels bringing back the first-team defense.
So wholesale change defensively for the Rebels. Celestine will be lined up in the slot on the far side. Portales is the running back. Brinkhouse throws over the middle, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. Teurlings Rebels defensively. Deculus was the one who had his hands on it.
I love how the Rebels did that. I mean, you had the younger guys, and then once the ball got inside the 20, suddenly that whole first team runs back out there.
Second down and 10 for the Como Spartans from the Rebel 12. Brinkhouse hands off Portales. Portales is going to get to the 9 where he's going to be dropped. Well played by Andrew Frugier, the outside linebacker, who gave up no ground and keeps it to a short gain, makes it 3rd down and 7 from the 9.
You know, Andrew's solid. I mean, he's not like ultra muscular, but he came in and he just held his spot. And he's in shape, he's fit, and he just manned his spot.
Now we have an injured Como Spartan on the field. We will take the timeout here for the injured Spartan, as we ask that we always say a prayer for any injured player on the field, regardless of the team. Remember, these young men's lives go on after the game ends. Teurlings Rebels Radio. Rebels lead at 48-0, 6:21 remaining in the third quarter on News Talk 96.5 KPEL and streaming on 446 Sports. The field under his own power, which is always great to see. Teurlings Rebels lead at 48-0, and it's now 3rd down and long from the Rebel 9-yard line for the Como Spartans. Alongside Scott Brazda, Tyler Darbone back in the studio. I'm Kavan Bordelon.
How close did Como get on that one drive to the 20?
I believe they were right at the 20 or inside the 20, and it was 4th and 1, and the Rebel defense was able to stiffen its neck. Now we get Celestine in the backfield for Como, which is the man to watch. Rebels move everybody to the line of scrimmage. Handoff Celestine straight forward. He's not going to get the Chick-fil-A first down, but it's going to be close for a 4th down and short from the 5. Scott, Celestine is one of those backs that you'd almost love to see him on a team with an offensive line that could get a little more push and leave defenses guessing just a little bit more. Same formation, 4th down and 3 from the 5. Rebels lead at 48-0, clock rolling, 5:35 remaining in the third quarter. Handoff straight forward. I don't know if he got it, Scott. I don't think he got it. I think it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Rebel offense will come out onto the field. Rebel starting defense comes in, stiffens its neck, and keeps Como out of the end zone. As the clock rolls, 5:15 remaining in the third, and the Rebels holding on to a 48-0 lead.
Como needed 3, and they got 2.
So, Scott, interesting that Coach Corville decided to send basically wholesale change out with his defense on the beginning of that drive. They gave up 2 big plays, sends in his first-team defense again. They get the stop.
Trying to protect the shutout, trying to protect the air of dominance. There's a matter of pride. We haven't pitched a shutout this year.
Mesh in the backfield behind Munoz. Munoz stands in his own end zone. A Chick-fil-A 1st and 10 from his own 4. Handoff straight ahead. That is going to be Mesh, who's going to be across the 5, just shy of the 10-yard line. They'll mark him at the 8. Gain of 4 on the Chick-fil-A 1st and 10.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Spencer except on kick returns. I think he had 1 carry.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
EDB certainly put together a nice little 2 or 3 carry. He's got around 30 yards.
Handoff Mesh again on 2nd down. He's got a crease. Mesh to the 15, the 20, the 25. One man saves the touchdown as Mesh gets all the way out to the 26-yard line for a 1st down and 10 for the Rebels.
Keep an eye on Mesh because as much as you're enjoying him now, you'll see a lot of him next year.
Scott, do you get the feeling the Rebel offensive line is kind of feeling itself right now?
Yeah, I mean, they've asserted themselves on both sides of the line, and there's no fear right now.
On 1st and 10, quick throw. This is to Stout across the 35 to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 13 and a Chick-fil-A 1st and 10.
You talked in pregame, and you attributed to the power of the tennis ball, and you may very well be right. But look at the hands on Stout. I mean, that was a tough ball. He had to be fully extended. And the ball doesn't even jiggle. It just hits his hands and it stops.
Mesh stays as the running back for the Rebels. Viator's in the slot on the far side. Handoff Mesh straight ahead. He's across the 40. It's going to be a short pickup on 1st down, a gain of maybe 2.
The Rebel offensive line is essentially staying the same. Matthews and Olivier, and they probably don't want to come out of this game.
Clock rolling here in the 3rd quarter. Under 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Rebels with a 48-0 lead.
Hey, and props to Baron Perkins, number 70. Barron's had to come in with the injury to Burrows, and he's grown right into the job.
Handoff Mesh, left side trying to get around the edge. He's got a little room. He's across the 50, cuts it back to the 40, the 30. It's a foot race to the 20, tries to cut back in. He's down at the 10-yard line. That is going to be a gain of 48 yards for the Rebels on that 1st down carry.
And, with only a few carries, Spencer may be the leading rusher amongst the Rebels.
It's a Chick-fil-A 1st down and goal at the 10 inside the Hub City Ford red zone with the Rebels already leading at 48-0. Good snap back to Munoz. Handoff straight ahead to Mesh, who will surge to about the 7, gain of 3. Heck of a night here for the Teurlings Rebels offensively. And Scott, this may be the best rushing game of the season for the Rebels. It just seems like the ground game has been pretty prolific here tonight.
Yeah, and look at what you've done without Kaysen, who hasn't carried the ball but just a few times.
On 2nd down, handoff is straight ahead, and that is going to be Mesh again. He's inside the 5 to the 4, gain of 3. So that'll set up 3rd down and goal for the Teurlings Rebels.
Here comes EDB.
3rd quarter score, St. Thomas More and Westgate. Westgate Tigers 12, STM 15. Karen Crow, according to Greg Audemaw, up 56-7 in that game. It's over New Iberia. 4th quarter is getting ready to start, and it's 31-21. Notre Dame has the lead in their game. Handoff straight ahead, EDB into the pile and out of the pile. A Cafe Sydney May 6. EDB doubles his number, gets the 6 points as the Rebels put another touchdown on the board with 20 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
He was hit, he was slowed down just a touch, and then EDB powered it through on his own for the next couple.
We should see the PAT with time expiring here in the 3rd. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, it is good. Rebels will take a 55-0 lead going into the 4th quarter here on Teurlings Rebels Radio and streaming on 446 Sports.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the Lala Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
Kickoff and our third kicker of the night for the Teurlings Rebels. This ball, Scott, is deep and going to bounce into the end zone. And, Scott, that's a new kicker. See if we can get a number. 93 is the kicker for the Teurlings Rebels, and that is a number we have not seen.
Court Watkins, freshman.
Check that out.
Well.
Running clock here in the fourth quarter.
So Logan, LaBeouf, and Watkins, I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, looks like it.
Right, I see Calandra taking some snaps.
I was about to say, I think we're going to see a new quarterback here in the fourth quarter for the Rebels. As defensively, Scott, this is all new numbers for the Teurlings Rebels. Brinkhouse for the Spartans as the Rebels have a 55-0 lead as the Spartans need to get another player out onto the field. They're going to send Portalis out. Check that. That is not Portalis. That is Zach Lamb. And they sub another player, and that's going to yield a timeout because some confusion on the Como side. We're going to take a timeout here from the Summit Financial Press Box high above Teurlings Rebel Stadium. Rebels lead at 55-0, streaming on 446 Sports and on the radio, News Talk 96.5 KPEL, Teurlings Rebels Radio.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
Coming out of the Minute Med timeout, it's 55-0 Teurlings Rebels, 11:08 remaining in the ballgame. Alongside Scott Brazda, I'm Kevon Bordelon. Como Spartans with the ball at their own 20, 1st and 10. Brinkhouse throws over the middle. He's got a man at the 35 to the 40 to the 45 before he's finally taken down. Nice pitch and catch for the Como Spartans and moving the chains all the way to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, really nice slant and headed up the middle of the field. Rebels make a group tackle, but really nice call by the Como Spartans.
Torin Lede on the reception, as that might be the second longest pass play of the night for the Spartans. So 1st down and 10 at their own 46. Brinkhouse straight drop back, looking to his right, stepping up, now looking to run with the football, rolling to his left. He's across the 46 when he's hit. Ball comes out. Can the Rebels get it in bounds? And it looks like they do. I think the Rebels got it. No, the official said it was out of bounds. No. It certainly looked like the jump from the sidelines was that the Rebels had it. Instead, it's going to be a forward fumble, so they believe they have to bring it back to the spot of his possession of the ball, so he might get a yard on the carry.
Great pursuit by a bunch of Rebels. Number 95, Jackson Owen, senior defensive lineman among them.
2nd down and 9, officially a gain of 1 on the play. Twins are tight to the near side. Split out wider to the far. Brinkhouse to throw on 2nd down. Looking down the near sideline, and that is going to be incomplete. Well played defensively for the Teurlings Rebels.
Granger.
Yeah, on the near side. Nice play. Good coverage.
He's done a couple nice things already.
That'll set up 3rd down and long from their own 47.
Officially listed as a sophomore running back, but we've seen him now in a couple games as a DB.
Valuable snaps for these young players, Scott, as they are now in a varsity game playing against the first-string offense for Como. This gives them a real good look at what they can expect later and if they need to be plugged in later this season.
Who else do we have out there? Number 50, Branson Cuvillon. Weibel's still out there getting some more reps. Colin Meir.
Back to the shotgun with Celestine. Rebels have everybody at the line of scrimmage. Celestine just going to run it straight ahead. He's got a little bit of a crease across the 50, breaks a tackle. He's inside the Rebel 45. They'll give him the 43, and that's enough for a 1st down. He needed 9. He got 10.
Love the pursuit from the back, though. Christian Moe, number 48 of the Rebels. He was at the line, and then he tracked down Celestine from behind.
Ball spotted at the Rebel 43-yard line. Straight back to the Wildcat formation, and now Celestine will be the only man in the backfield. Trips are bunched to the far side. 2 wide receivers split to the near. Straight run ahead. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll break 1 tackle, break a second. He's inside the 30 before he's tripped up. Looks like Turf Monster got him inside the Rebel 30-yard line, and that's where they'll mark it another 1st down for the Como Spartans.
Yeah, I thought he had a TD, and then when he switched gears and tried to go from right to left, I think the invisible gremlins tripped him up.
Agreed. Snap straight ahead. Celestine again. He's hit inside the 25-yard line. He'll have a pickup of about 5 on the play. Rebels are saying they have the ball. We have some motion from the near sideline. I don't know that they got a good look at it. But the Rebels say they came up with the football. I don't know that the officials agree, and it looks like we have an injury on the field. So we're going to take an injury timeout. We have an injured Como Spartan. As always, we ask that you say a prayer for that young man, as we know that their lives go on after the game ends. Rebels lead at 55-0. This is Teurlings Rebels Radio, News Talk 96.5 KPEL, and streaming on 446 Sports. It appears on the far side out of the Minute Med timeout. Alongside Scott Brazda, I'm Kevon Bordelon. Scoring update, 4th quarter score, Westgate 18, St. Thomas More 15.
Wow.
Rebels lead at 55-0 here over the Spartans of Como High. 2nd down and 5. Celestine looks to throw, looking to the left side. That's going to be incomplete. The Rebels played it, again, very well. Was Granger on the near side in coverage.
And I wouldn't be, Granger was getting pushed from the back by the receiver. I want to give some props just for that injury. Zachary Broussard, the Rebel linebacker, made a really nice stop on Celestine. We don't often get to call this next tier, and so when we can, major props, even if it takes us a second to look up their names and numbers.
3rd down and 5 from the Rebel 23-yard line. Check that, the Rebel 22. Trips to the left of Celestine, who's just going to run it straight ahead, and he's going to be really close to the 1st down inside the 20. Scott, they've got him marked just short on the far side. It'll be 4th and less than a yard if the far side official spot holds.
I'm impressed by this young batch of Rebel defenders. We have a Rebel down. Who's at 43? Cole Hebert, the senior linebacker.
So we will go ahead again and take the injury timeout and ask, as always, say a prayer for the young man who's injured on the field, regardless of the team. Remember, these young men's lives go on after the game ends. Teurlings Rebels football, News Talk 96.5 KPEL, and streaming on 446 Sports.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the Lala Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
Off under his own power is a Teurlings Rebels defender. Rebels lead at 55-0. Scoring update from around the area. Fourth quarter score, Westgate 18, St. Thomas More 21. So it's fourth down and short for the Como Spartans at the Rebel 17.5-yard line. Check that, make it the Rebel 18. Needs to get to the 17.
That STM Westgate game, way tighter than I think anybody would have ever thought.
I would absolutely agree with you. So again, we'll see Celestine, it looks like, in the backfield. Check that. They have now switched back to Brinkhouse.
All right, young Rebel D.
Nope, and now, Scott, so they call a timeout. There was some confusion on the part of Como, as that was not Brinkhouse at quarterback. They had moved Brinkhouse to wide receiver and had Zavar Edwards, the junior defensive back, lined up at quarterback. Does it almost seem as if, from the Como side, you're getting an awful lot of complexity for young men that maybe don't seem to grasp all the complexity?
At least right now, you ought to, KISS.
Yeah, well, that's what they do for me, right? I agree with you, though.
Streamline it. Yeah.
If you can do the fundamentals and do those well, that usually bodes beneficial to you in the long run. It seems as if Como has had some question marks around their offensive scheme, and I do not see, Scott, Celestine on the field here. So maybe it is that Edwards has now moved into the role of Celestine, as he is by himself in the backfield on 4th and a yard inside the Rebel 20-yard line. Fakes the throw, now fakes a man out. He's going to be inside the 15-yard line to the 14. That's good for the first down. Nice play by Edwards, Scott, as he pump faked and got a guy in the air and then took off for the first down.
Yeah, and it looked like the Rebels had a chance, but really nice call and really nice fake. But your earlier point, I agree. I think sometimes Como's trying to do too much, too many moving parts with players, and here comes Celestine again.
Another score from around the area. North Vermilion 63-3 over Ascension Episcopal in the fourth quarter. Yes. Celestine will now be in the Wildcat. 1st and 10 from the Rebel 14-yard line. Straight draw. He's going to be hit in the backfield, make it past the first tackler, but not the second. And he'll pick up maybe 1 or 2 on the carry, set up 2nd down and 8 from the 12.
Seth Young and Zachary Broussard just stopping a star running back. So North Vermilion, Como has North Vermilion next week. Rebels go to Rain.
Back on the road, another Richetto's road game. Good to see Brady Benton before the game here tonight, as he always takes care of the Teurlings Rebels press box.
Yeah, even if he didn't carry a bunch of pizzas up to the press box.
When he's, it's always a good thing when Brady Benton is on his way to the Summit Financial press box, because you're going to eat well. Brinkhouse on 2nd down and long, calls for the football for Como. Hands off Celestine. Celestine right side into the end zone. Touchdown, Como Spartans. They've got on the board here with 3:57 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Big 12-yard run by the star running back.
So, Scott, if you're Como, at least you salvage that out of this game, is that you were able to find pay dirt late in the ball game. See if you can get your offense a little consistency going in the next week's game against North Vermilion.
Yeah, and when it gets to this point, that's what you're building on. That's what you're looking for. What can I do now? This one's out of reach. Let's find some building blocks.
Como all set for the PAT. It'll be Edwards doing the kicking. Snap is high, but now down. Kick is up, plenty of leg. Edwards, a nice leg on the kick. And Como will now be set for an ensuing kickoff as they now trail the Teurlings Rebels 55-7 here at Teurlings Catholic High.
Enjoy our delicious specialties, including raw and charbroiled oysters, ball crawfish, small bites, salads, po' boy, and
Rebel faithful enjoying the evening as we got not cool weather, but not hot weather either. It's just a little bit more temperate on the climate. But a good night here at Teurlings Catholic High School.
When fall does arrive, don't blink because it'll be winter.
Wait, I didn't think we got winter. I just thought we got fall straight through to spring.
We had a blizzard last year.
We did have. Yes, and I have the remediation bills to prove it. 3 busted pipes in the house, loads of fun.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yep. But that was, 2 days? 2 days later, it was 60 degrees. Edwards is set for the ensuing kickoff. Puts his foot into this one. It's going to be taken in and bouncing off the hands of an intended Rebel receiver at the 18 to the 20. To the 25, weaving his way in and out of tacklers to the 30 for the Teurlings Rebels is a new return man, Scott. It looks like that's number 5, Traylon Olivier.
Now, Como says they have the ball, but I thought he was down. And the officials aren't all that excited. No, they're saying it's Como ball.
Oh, so Como somehow comes up with the football. Scott, I thought when I left him, he was well down. That's a very late fumble call.
I'd at least like to see more animation from the officials then.
Yeah, me too. I'd at least like to see a little more animation from the Como side, recognizing that they even have a football, much less one guy getting up and going, I got it. So the Como Spartans, as the clock now continues to roll with 1:04 remaining in the ball game, get another offensive possession at the Rebel 29-yard line.
Look, he's got a big win, but Mikey's going to want his team to work on fundamentals, catching the ball. I mean, I know I can't catch a kickoff or a punt, but, I'm not a high school football player either.
Brinkman, straight drop back, throws down the sidelines. He's looking for a man. It's caught at the 1 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Como Spartans with 36 seconds remaining in the ball game. The PAT will probably be the final play of this ball game as the clock will continue to run. Rebels will win it. The extra possession really only matters on the scoreboard. It's purely academic as the Rebels will walk away with their 5th win of the season, Mr. Braston.
I like it. I especially like the way, end of the first quarter on, Rebels the first play, the first quarter was so ugly, we forget that the first play was beautiful.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, it is good, and that is your ball game. Rebels win at 55-14 over the Como Spartans. Rebels in 5 games have 5 wins and are set to go on the road for a Rochetto's road game next week to Rain High. We'll come back with the post-game show here on News Talk 96.5 KPEL and streaming on 446 Sports.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
You can start a rewarding career as an emergency medical technician sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in just 12 weeks at their campuses in Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Covington, Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Thibodaux. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance. Classes start soon. Learn more at becomeamedic.com.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable...
Welcome into the post-game show here on Teurlings Rebels Radio and streaming on 446 Sports. Brought to you by the Lelou Group. Visit AcadianaIsHome.com. Alongside Scott Brasda, Tyler Darbone back in the studio. Ike Brunet, who probably lost 10 pounds running on the field tonight trying to get highlights for our Facebook page. I'm Kevon Bordelon. Mr. Brasda, Rebels win at 55-14. Shy of a very short lull in the first quarter, this was about as complete a performance from the Rebels starters as we've seen in quite a long time.
Yeah, the Rebels had a couple ugly offensive possessions. Although we hate to, or we forget to mention, very first play of the game, 68-yard bomb to Nick Celestine. He catches it in stride, and the Rebels quickly go up 7-0. After that, it was kind of ugly. The Rebels just, it was the Dr. Jekyll, or no, the Mr. Hyde of the Rebels offense, because they weren't doing anything. Nothing was working. You were fumbling. And then after that, we just saw how good this team can be once they decide, look, we are way better than this, and they proved that they are way, way better than what they showed. Because that, what was the score at halftime? 41-0?
Correct. And I believe it was Schwander who really got things going, because it was the consistency that he brought into the running game late in the first quarter that carried over into the second and saw the Rebels score, 34 in the second frame?
And then it just created so many different things, Kevon. I mean, he gets it going, and they just create so many opportunities for Munoz to run and to pass, and everyone got into it. Price had a really neat game, both as a passer and as a receiver and as a runner.
Correct.
He scored a touchdown. He scored a two-point conversion. He caught a pass. I mean, it was just a really nice mix all the way around. Very impressive. And the defense on that line, that Como had that one drive, that first drive where they had multiple first downs on third down. And then after that, the Bart Vitt's crew just set up shop on that defensive line, and they shut down Celestine.
For those who may not have caught it, the Rebels defense, the starting defense, gave up 0 points. It wasn't until very, very late in the fourth quarter that Como got their 14 points. So the Rebels defensively shut down an absolute stud of a running back.
Yeah, Celestine is really, really, really good. Actually, I don't think their quarterback's very bad, too. He throws a nice ball. But the Rebels just started putting so much pressure. He had no time to do anything. So this was for a Rebel team that might have been saying, man, we had kind of an ugly second quarter or second half against Westgate. We had kind of an ugly first half against Notre Dame. This was pretty complete when that crew was out there.
If you would walk us through the recap of the scoring from the night, I'm going to take a nap, and at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'll just wake up.
I'll wake you up.
With a grand total of, 69 points in the game?
Man, very first play of the game, Rebels, Munoz to Celestine, 68 yards. LaBeouf with the PAT. Rebels led 7-0. That's how the first quarter ended. Second quarter, and boy, the Rebels really got it in motion. Schwander setting up things with the 30-yard run. Boudreaux would kick a 25-yard field goal at the 10:45 mark. Rebels at 10-0. A couple minutes later, Munoz to Price for 8 yards. That was 18-0 because Price had the two-point conversion. 3 minutes later, 2.5 minutes later, the Rebels get a safety, 20-0 Rebels. Right after that kickoff, Munoz scores from 4 yards out. That set up by a couple big plays. EDB ran one for 20 yards, and then Munoz hit Price for a big 22-yard gain. 27-0 after Munoz's score with 4:17 to go in the second. Shortly after that, Munoz in from 3 yards out. That made it 34-0. And then with 35 seconds to go, Price scores from 2 yards out. Rebels led 41-0 at the break. Third quarter, 9:35 mark, Rebels would make it 48-0. Munoz scores from 12 yards out. And right at the end of the third quarter, EDB scores from 4 yards out, 55-0 at that point. Como would get a couple scores late at 3:48. A Celestine run and then a 30-yard pass just before the game ended. 55-14 is your final.
Couple of probably good nominees for the Beal and Hebert Player of the Game, which will be given out Monday night at Pizza Village on Moss Street during the Michael Corville Show, 7 to 8, as we said on Monday. Number one, you got to think Alex Munoz. What, 6 total touchdowns here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, just, passing and running. Alex, I think, will always be in the mix. I think Price needs a vote or two.
That's the next one. Absolutely. A 2-point conversion, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown.
And, I wish I could pick one guy out on defense because, they always kind of get shortchanged. Frugier had a fantastic game. Jude Smith in the middle of the line had a great game. Seth Miller had a really nice game. Jack Snyder just is money. He's day in, day out. I don't know.
And you may see the throw by A.J. Price on the end-around downfield pass, option pass. Could be the Southern Air Acadiana cool play of the game. Potentially good nominee.
Good decisions. Good problems to have.
Good problems to have. We're going to come back, recap some scores, talk about next week as the Rebels go on the road, as we wrap up the post-game show here on Teurlings Rebels Radio, News Talk 96.5 KPEL, and streaming on 446 Sports.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the Lala Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
Here on Teurlings Rebels Radio, alongside Scott Brazda, Tyler Darbone back in the studio. I'm Kavan Bordelon. Scores from around the area: Church Point 35, Iota 3. Mr. Brazda, that's a shout out to Tyler Darbone.
There you go, Tyler.
Fourth quarter score: St. Thomas More 22-18 over the Tigers of Westgate High. See what other scores we have from around the area. North Lake Christian beats Breaux Bridge. Check that fourth quarter score: 37-7 over Breaux Bridge. The Teurlings Rebels' next opponent, the Rain Wolves, playing at the Vikings of Northside High. Rain 43-36 in the fourth quarter over at Northside. So that brings us to the Rebels being on the road next week at Rain High.
Rain can score some points. I mean, last week they lost that shootout with Como. So, Rain's got some offensive capabilities, that's for sure.
Notre Dame Pioneers in the fourth quarter, 45-28 over Cecilia. Zachary 51-6 over Opelousas in the fourth quarter. That's a mismatch, and I'm surprised that game is even on the schedule for Opelousas. St. Thomas More, we gave you that one, 22-18 over Westgate. That's a fourth quarter score. And, of course, your Teurlings Rebels, 55-14 over the Como Spartans. Thoughts to wrap up tonight's game, Mr. Brasden, for us heading on the road next week?
Once the Rebels got the misfires out of the way, it was just, I mean, come on, I keep coming back to flat-out domination.
I think the Rebels offensively maybe had their best game of the season. All facets of the game were working. Clean opportunities for Munoz to throw the football as well as run the football. Rebels had things working downfield. The one thing that I think we did not see tonight, which we had seen previously, is just action over the middle of the field with Munoz throwing the ball, even though the pass to A.J. Price was across the middle in the end zone. But we didn't see him working Viator, those crossing routes, things of that nature. I think those may come back later in the season when they're really needed.
And, you know, the one thing we didn't have really working was Kaysen Evans at running back. You know, Kaysen carried the ball early on, had that fumble after that 7-yard gain. Didn't see a lot of him after that. But I'd rather have a healthy Kaysen as you hit East Ascension and STM in weeks 8 and 9.
Those are interesting items on the schedule in weeks 8 and 9, those two teams, especially
for
given
multiple reasons. Yes.
I was about to say the East Ascension game last year, we went to East Ascension. I don't want to say it wasn't much of a contest, but the Rebels handled things pretty well there.
Yeah, it was tied at halftime, but the Rebels end up winning, I think, 28-14.
But it's a different game this year.
It's a different game for multiple reasons. I mean, more so evidence, but the fact that East Ascension on the coaching staff now has 2 Chaponches, has Brad Taylor, has Dennis Scaines, a Rebel grad, and, you know, won the state championship with Cecilia last year. So East Ascension is loaded up in terms of coaches.
And then you've got to play with the fact that the game after that is the big rivalry game at STM or against STM. So it'll be a really interesting layout those 2 weeks. But the Rebels right now focusing 1 week at a time. They've gone 5 weeks. They have 5 wins. They're looking at week 6 and want to come out of there 6-0.
Yeah, I wonder if early on the Rebels maybe played down to Como a little bit, and you score from the first play on. Takes you a couple series to realize, you know, hey, I mean, this is not how we play. Let's not play down to anybody. Let's do what we do. And once the Rebels, I think, woke up to that aspect, boom, 55 points.
That is going to do it for the Teurlings Rebels radio broadcast tonight. Rebels win it 55-0 over the Como Spartans. Remember, if you want to watch this game, stream it on 446 Sports. Brought to you by the Lalou Group. You can visit AcadianaIsHome.com to support them. Final thoughts of the night, Mr. Brazda?
Let's do it again next week.
Rebels win 55-14. We hope you have a fantastic, blessed weekend. Remember, don't do what's easy. Do what's right. And we'll see you in 7. Good night.